The next race is egg
And spoon.
You ready?
Born ready.
Let's do this. They've both gone.
Round 2, Jamie.
Round 2.
Round 2.
Yes! Oh,
Come on.
Hello and welcome to Limitless TV. This is the third episode in our series all about the greatest commandment.
Jesus said that the single most important thing that you can do with your life is to love God with everything you've got and love others as you love yourself. So we reckon that if Jesus says that's the most important thing we can do, then we should probably give some thought to how we can do it.
So in the last 2 episodes we found out what it means to love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul.
And today we'll be asking the question, what does it mean to love God with all your mind? So Jamie, would you like to know some amazing brain facts?
Let me think about that.
See what you did there, Jamie.
Thank you.
See what you did there. Well, while you're thinking about it, I'll tell everyone else. Did you know that when you're awake, your brain produces enough electricity to power a small light bulb?
Wow.
Did you know that there are 100 billion neurons present in your brain?
It's a lot of neurons.
It is.
Yeah.
Did you know that the blood vessels that are most present in the brain are almost 100,000 miles
Wow.
in length?
Wow.
And finally, neurologists estimate that our brains have the capacity to learn something new every minute of every day of every hour for the next, get this, 300 million years.
I mean, that's impressive.
It
That's
is.
impressive.
It is impressive, and it brings us nicely to what we want to say today about loving God with all our minds.
It does, because although there is a major simplification of something divinely complex, the brain consists of 2 hemispheres.
Yeah.
With the left side being responsible for the linear and logical functions,
Yeah.
and the right side for more intuitive and creative functions.
Which means that loving God with all of our minds means loving Him with our intellect and our creativity,
Yeah.
with our logic and our humour, with our thinking and our imagination, with our learning and our creating, all of it.
We mustn't love God with half our minds, but with all of our minds, because being half-minded is no better than being half-hearted.
So let's break it down. How do we love God with our left brain, the linear and the logical side of our brain?
Well, loving God with our left brain means learning as much as you can about as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because our knowledge acts as a fuel for our love for God.
It does, yeah. Every new discovery we make reveals a new dimension of God's creativity and personality. So the goal of learning is to expand our God-given mind so that in turn we can expand our appreciation of who God is and what God has made.
But conversely, when we stop learning, we stop loving, because so much of loving is learning more and more about the one that we love.
Yeah.
True love is never satisfied. It always wants to know more about the object of its affection.
Which means that how much we know has a lot to do with how much we love. So for example, when an astronomer looks at the night sky, they have a greater appreciation of it. Why? Because they have a greater knowledge of it.
Yeah.
When a filmmaker watches an all-time great movie, they have a greater appreciation of it because they have a greater understanding of it, because great love is born of great knowledge.
So when we're studying, when we're reading, when we're gaining new understanding, when we're asking difficult questions, when we're opening ourselves up to new ideas and possibilities, yes, even when we're at school, all this is helping us to love God with all our minds.
Amazing. So what about our right brain, the intuitive, the creative side of our brains? how do we love God with that bit?
Well, think about it this way. God is the ultimate creative. For example, did you know there are more than 3,000 species of stick insects and over 350,000 species of beetles?
I did not, but it does make the point that our God is a creator God. He made the heavens and the earth and everything in them. He is continually creating in this ever expanding universe, and one day he will make everything new again. A new heavens and a new earth, God's perfect new creation. You can't stop him from creating. He is a creative God. He is making everything new.
So, to become more like the creator is to become more creative.
Yeah.
Think of all the times in the Psalms where we're instructed to sing a new song.
Yeah.
Why? Because love is not repetitive. Love is creative.
Okay, Jamie, so here's another amazing brain fact for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Did you know that there are 100 million sensory perceptors in your brain that enable you to see, smell, touch, hear, and taste?
Wow.
But there are 100 trillion synaptic connections running through your brain that allow you to imagine.
Wow.
And I bring that up now to demonstrate that our capacity to imagine things is far greater than our ability to perceive things with our 5 senses.
Yeah, great.
In other words, we all have an incredible capacity for creativity.
And loving God with all our minds means loving God with all our creativity.
Yeah.
It means that when we are creating, be that writing songs, building websites, painting, drawing, sculpting, taking photos, filmmaking, writing or graphic designing, we are doing something to love the Lord our God with all our mind.
Friends, you are made in the image of the God who sets the benchmark for artistry and creativity. And so today we just want to encourage you to go and be creative in whatever way you do that, and in doing so you are loving the Lord your God with all your mind.
And do you know what? You worship a God who is infinite. There is no end to exploring who he is and all that he has made. So we want to encourage you to go and learn, read, study, discover, and in doing so, love the Lord your God with all your mind.